Hey guys, and welcome back to Mavro Productions. Now, with NBA Summer League just finished and basically all the deals wrapped up, there are still obviously a few deals that could happen. I thought I would have a look at the Raptors' new signings and the new team that will happen this year, and I will give you my prediction, so make sure you stay tuned for that, as to how we will go this season. So in terms of Raptors' new signings, we obviously had the 4th pick this year in the NBA draft because we didn't make playoffs last year, which was sad, and we signed Scottie Barnes. Now, a lot of people thought we were going to get Jalen Suggs, but Scottie Barnes was the way to go. At first, I was a bit shocked about this, but then I realized that we have good players in Jalen Suggs' position, where Scottie Barnes can develop into a forward, into a center, the way that Nick Nurse likes to coach his players, having multiple positions adapting, and maybe even play as a point guard we've seen as well. And he's definitely an underrated player that could be Rookie of the Year. I did see his Summer League highlights, and he's a very defensive-minded player, and so is a lot of the players that we've signed as well, which will actually help us in the long run as we have a good mix of defense and offense. We've also signed Isaac Bonga from the Wizards, the German guy. I don't really know too much about him. I know that he's a defensive-minded player as well, but I don't really know too much about him. So it is a good signing because we need as much depth as we can get, and if we can sign an experienced player, it is good as well. And we've also signed Zvai Mahayuk. Sorry if I butchered that, but he's Ukrainian. He's a forward, so we'll have quite a few forwards that are going to compete for their places. Siakam, OG Anunoby, Zvai, Scottie Barnes. And we've also signed Precious Achiuwa, who I think will be a great addition. I actually very excited for that. When I found out we got him, I was ecstatic. It is a bit weird. A lot of people are going to question that decision, but I feel that although he did average 5 points last season, he will be a key player for us. Because he can play in forward and in the center position, and we have the centers. Our center, I think, is the best position. It's stacked. We've got Boucher, who's a big shout for the 6th man last year. He got 13.6 PPG, which is like he improved by like double. So he can definitely do it. And Ken Birch, who was re-signed, which is absolutely amazing for us. So we have 3 very good solid centers that we can definitely interchange and intertwine depending on how they do. And Precious is also a very defensive-minded player as well. And Goran Dragic from the Heat. He didn't obviously start off too well, saying he didn't want to be in Toronto, and everyone was saying that we should trade him, but here's that experience that we need. We lost Lowry. Still sad about that. I refuse to wear his jersey. We lost Lowry, we lost Ibaka, we lost Gasol. We've lost the experience as like veterans. Yes, we have veterans in this team that have been at the Raptors their whole career that can help boost our squad, but Goran Dragic is that experience that we need. I think that he can be a good 6th man, and same with Scottie Barnes. Those two can intertwine, 6th man starting wherever. I think maybe against the lower teams like the Detroit Pistons and the Cavs and those type of teams, you can definitely play Goran Dragic and Scottie Barnes, as Scottie Barnes can learn in those games. I feel it's the games where the rookies can learn and adjust to the way the NBA play. But my starting 5 when we're versing Brooklyn, Washington, Clippers, Lakers, I've got Van Vliet starting at the point with Gary Trent Jr., who I'm so happy that we kept because he was awesome. Siakam, Anunoby, and Precious. So we have Anunoby and Siakam. I feel like we'll sit in that mid-range area which we need them to, with Precious right in the middle, grabbing those rebounds that we need. Van Vliet and Trent are 2 very good 3-point shooters, so we need that. I feel that our team, we've got a lot of good things that you need in an NBA team, all in one team. Van Vliet can shoot 3s, also can drive into the paint. Trent can shoot 3s, can also drive into the paint. Siakam can also shoot 3s, drive into the paint. All our players can shoot 3s, which is what I like, because when you're in the NBA and you can't shoot 3s, it drags you down as a player. We've seen that with Ben Simmons. Giannis had to improve his 3-point game, and now look at him. It's a very big part of the NBA today, and if you can't shoot 3s, then you're losing a core part of the game. And I'm happy that we have those type of players that can do that for us. I hope Siakam stops doing these spin moves during the last minutes of the games and we lose. But Van Vliet, I feel, will step up and he will be an all-star this year. Big assumption and big prediction by me, bold prediction by me, but I feel like he will be a all-star. Gary Trent Jr. is up there. I think he'll get up there for most improved player. He had 15.3 points per game, but now he's obviously got more of an influential role now. Norman Powell's gone, and more players have gone, that he can fit right into that starting squad. And I feel like he can maybe average 20, 22 points a game, and Chris Boucher as well can kill it. But I feel like with Precious and Boucher, they'll change into the centre position. Precious might play as a forward, and Anunoby might drop to the bench. Anunoby's still great. He's like one of those players. He doesn't say much, doesn't really do much, but he'll do what he needs to do and get on with it. And that's what I like about him. He's not like a player that's out there and wants the media, the media and the fame. He just goes there, does his job, leaves. Typical, like in football, he's that typical English player that will rock up, pass the ball sideways, backwards, or put a nice foot through ball in, make an impact, but doesn't really get spoken much about it. And that's what I like about Anunoby, and that's what I think he will do this year. And I think that it is going to be a good year for the Raptors. Obviously not NBA championship type of year. You never know, but I doubt it. In terms of where we're going to finish, now this is what you've all been waiting for. I've been keeping you on your seats for about 6 minutes, haven't I? I think that the Raptors are going to finish in a playoff spot. Everyone's going to think, oh, you're being biased, this and that. People think we're going to tank. I know that one of you watching thinks that we're going to tank, but we're not going to tank. I feel that a lot of the players are new, yes, so it's going to take time to gel. But Van Vliet, Trent, Siakam, Anunoby all know each other. So does Precious, so does Birch, so does Goran Dragic, so does Precious. So most of these players do know each other, but there are new additions as well that might not know each other, but they've had plenty of time. Especially we've got young rooks like Scotty Barnes, we have Malachi Flynn coming off the bench as well. All these young players as well that are going to learn from these other players in their positions. So I feel that it's going to be a good year. Obviously everyone in the East is getting a lot better than us, and I'm a bit annoyed that we couldn't sign a big caliber free agent. We could have got Dennis Schroeder for a bargain, but we didn't do that. But I feel that we're going to come maybe 7th or 8th. 7th, 8th, but I'm going to lock in 8th. I feel that we just missed out on the play-in, and we were in Tampa, we had injuries, we had people with COVID, and we came, it was like 12th, which considering that we have injuries and players out was very good. So I think that 8th will be good for us. We're back at Toronto. We've got Washington the first game, and the confidence is high, and I have full trust in the team. So that's what I think. Let me know what your starting five would be as for the Raptors. Who you think is going to be the player of the season? I think the player of the season is going to be Freddie Van Vliet. I feel like this is going to be his year. Like how Liverpool fans say, well, this is going to be our year, this is going to be his year. I feel like he now has that Lowry shoe that he needs to step into now. Now that Lowry's gone, he needs to be him. Obviously, Lowry has plenty of more experience and he's a veteran, but Van Vliet can do it. And I have full trust in him. Let me know your thoughts on my predictions. Where do you think the Raptors are going to finish? You let me know. Be sure to follow Maverick Productions on our socials, Instagram at Maverick Productions, Twitter at Maverick Production, Facebook Maverick Productions. You know the drill. Let's get us to 700 subscribers. We're almost there. We're about 30 off, but that's all right. We'll still get there. And thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing an NBA prediction for the whole league is coming soon. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And don't forget to
subscribe to Maverick Productions.